What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, do me a real quick favor. You see that red subscribe button down below? Go ahead and push that and show your support for the channel. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came to see me. So, if history tells us anything, with the most popular videos on my channel, this is definitely a long-awaited list. It's time for my top 10 spring fragrances, the Cheapies. Stay tuned. So Cheapies. It's kind of my thing, I guess. So this is going to be anything and everything that you can find under $30, whether it be tester, different sizes, based off of fragrance net prices with 37% off discount code. Top 10 spring fragrances, the Cheapie list. So first and foremost, I do actually have two honorable mentions, and this first honorable mention is not one that you can find on FragranceNet, but you can find them at Target, Walmart, different places like that. From a company that's kind of near and dear to my heart when it comes to men's products. It's from Cremo. It's Blue Cedar and Cypress. This is a very green fragrance. Very sharp opening with the citrus peel and the cypress. And of course cedar. It's the only three notes that it has. But I tell you what, it is a little, it's a little heavy synthetic. Don't get me wrong. But I absolutely love the way this one smells. It is my favorite body wash and body bar from the house as well. And I love the way they've done this scent. And that's Cremo, Blue Cedar and Cypress. Second honorable mention is one that I actually almost wore today, to be honest with you. I ended up going with another one that's on this list today for my day off. But that is from Guess. This is Guess Man. This one, the juice color is fitting because it smells green. Oh man, very synthetic. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these are on this list, but it's like 15 bucks for this 50 ml. It smells great. This is a quintessential, cheap, clean smelling green spring fragrance. It didn't crack the top 10 because there's others that are better in this list, but it was worth mentioning because when you're in a pinch, this will work great all spring long. That's Man. So moving into number 10. Cheapie. It is as green as they come. It's grassy and it's bamboo. It's from Lucky brand. It's Lucky You. This is a great fragrance. It's very green. Performance is terrible. Don't get me wrong. But for a casual kickback kind of day, spray and go, running errands, hanging out with your friends, go and hit the golf course. Hence the get up. Whatever, just running around doing casual type things. Lucky You will get the job done this spring. This is a great fragrance and another one that the juice color is very fitting. It's very green, it's very grassy, and the bamboo note is very calming. And you can get these super mega cheap for 100 ml, under $15, $10 range from Lucky brand. It's Lucky You. Moving into the number 9 spot, it's kind of a do-it-all fragrance for this time of year. Really, you can wear it year-round. But it's definitely got a good strong violet leaf note to it. It's very versatile, it's very compliment getting, it's casual, you can dress it up a little bit, and the performance is pretty darn good. It's Burberry Touch. This one's gonna make a lot of warmer weather lists for me, because I'm a firm believer in this one, and shout out to Justin Copeland. I know he likes his small bottles. There you go, there's a little 30 ml bottle for you right there, where the cap is the same size as the freaking bottle of juice, for God's sakes. I always love that about this little 1 ounce. Oh, very, very good. The wormwood's pretty strong on this one, and the violet leaf really pops. It's got a little tiny powdery quality to it, and it's very woody. It's very versatile, and it's great for the office this time of year. At the number 9 spot, it's Burberry Touch. Moving into number 8. This is what I think all of you guys that grew up on Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce in high school, it's time to move on to a little bit more mature version of it. And it's a lot cheaper and performs a bit better too. It's from Mont Blanc Legend. I got my old boss to convert to this. One of my buddies at my old job converted to this. because they were fierce guys. And this is just the way to go. If you swear by Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, and that's just your thing, you're not real heavy into fragrances, but you want something similar that's just a little bit better and cheaper, because the performance isn't that good on Fierce anymore, and it's still very expensive, you need to get your hands on Mont Blanc Legend. You can find them all over the place online. You can get 100 ml bottles for that $30 price point, even a little bit less in the $26, $27, $28 price range, and for testers as well. But this is definitely a way to go for you Fierce lovers. Get your hands on Mont Blanc Legend. Moving into the number 7 spot, this is a bit more gingery, one that not everybody really thinks of. I'm one of the few people that actually talks about this fragrance from time to time, and I'm ready to start busting this bad boy out. I used to have a 1.4 ounce of this. Now I have the big 4 ounce bottle I need to start putting a dent in. But it's great for the office, and it's louder than you might think for 30 bucks. It's Michael Kors Extreme Blue. Not one everybody really talks about. Oh, it smells so good though. It kind of gives you that YSL L'Homme Ultime kind of scent profile, but it's a little bit more on the ginger, I find, and obviously it's a bit more synthetic. I mean, Yves Saint Laurent, it's going to be a little bit higher quality juice than Michael Kors, but for a designer fragrance that you can get at the rack stores for 30 bucks for a big old 120 ml bottle like this is great, this is versatile, and it performs pretty well. I get about 8 hours and pretty strong projection for 3 of those hours. It's very good, very underrated. Nobody really talks about it, and it's at the number 7 spot, Michael Kors Extreme Blue. Number 6, keeping with the L'Homme theme, I actually kind of like this better than YSL L'Homme, to be completely honest with you. And you get it a whole lot cheaper. It was backup bottle worthy in my opinion, because I do have a backup bottle of this, and I will be increasing the dent in this fragrance this spring. It's from English Laundry. It's Riviera. It's very creamy, very powdery. The sandalwood is a star in this. Sandalwood, cedarwood, and orange really play a prominent role in this fragrance. Very, very, very creamy. God, this one smells just so good. Lately at the rack stores, it's been just open bottles without the box, but they're 13 bucks. Hey, 13 bucks, that's even better than the 15 they used to go for with the box. Would I rather see it with the box? Of course. That way you know it hasn't been tampered with, sprayed, messed with, any of that stuff. But for $13, getting these unboxed, it's still a steal, because this is a great fragrance. I get about 7 to 8 hours of performance on this one, longevity. Not the strongest projector, but it's not a skin scent either. And like I said, I like this one better than YSL L'Homme. This is kind of their version of YSL L'Homme, and it's at the number 6 spot this spring, English Laundry, Riviera. Moving into number 5, this is kind of a warmer weather superstar, in my opinion. I like this better than Sauvage. I like this better than Bleu de Chanel, the Eau de Toilette. This is kind of my ambroxan scent of choice, is how you could look at it, because it does have amber wood, so it's got the woodier ambroxan. This is the original Coach for Men. This is still one of my favorite fragrances in the warmer weather. It's not that great in performance. Don't get me wrong, but it's a versatile compliment magnet. Everybody loves the way this one smells. 5 to 6 hour performer. Keep it with you and refresh. You can spray it heavy. You can go to town. It's going to project well enough and create a good enough scent bubble for that first hour and a half. And like I said, it's versatile. This is great for your day off. This is great for the office. This works well with a suit. It's kind of a do-it-all, kind of bordering that Swiss Army knife territory, kind of like Acqua di Gio Profumo does. But it's a bit lighter and works great in the heat, just to be completely honest with you. So at the number 5 spot, it's Coach for Men, the original. Number 4 is a newcomer. I actually grabbed this on my trip to Chicago this past December, and now it's starting to warm up. I've only worn it twice since I got it, and I love the way this one smells. I totally get it now. People raved about it, and once I finally got it, I got my nose on it, and I love it. I'm going to wear it a lot this year. It's got a prominent rhubarb. It's from Lacoste. It's the original L'Homme, not the Intense. I don't have the Intense. I don't know if I need the Intense, because this one, every bit of 7 hours, it's very citrusy, very fresh. And that rhubarb is very prominent in this, and I love a good rhubarb note. I think this one's great. I got it for $30 at the rack store for this big bottle. You can find it in that same price range online, maybe $27, $28 after the coupon code, if I remember correctly, on FragranceNet. This one's going to be getting a lot of run from me this year. I really, really enjoy the way this one smells, and it's a decent performer. Projection's not super heavy, but then again, it doesn't have to be for what it is. People are going to smell you when you first spray this on for the first 2 hours or so, and you will have a moderate little scent trail following you, but it's definitely one that is going to be heavy in my rotation, like I said, this year for spring, from the cheapy side of things anyway. It's Lacoste Homme. Moving into number 3 is actually my scent of the day today. And this is the first time I wear it, and it is more bubblegum off my skin than I thought it would be. My first impressions I did a while back when I first got it, I didn't really get that heavy of bubblegum, but I mean, it's been linear bubblegum. I've had it on for hours now, and I'm getting bubblegum, amber, and ambroxan. Not even getting the coconut. It's Zaharoff Cool Water Intense Eau de Parfum. Bubblegum. I've seen other reviews on it, and I haven't seen too many people really talk about how bubblegummy it is. I haven't heard any Invictus comparisons, because Invictus is known as giving the bubblegum vibe. This is bubblegum. Through and through on my skin. Don't get me wrong, I love that. I do. It smells great. The amber is very prominent in this one, and it's very strong. But on my skin, I don't know who else is getting this, get a lot of the bubblegum vibe, the bubblegum scent. And it's a performer. No doubt about it. This thing pushes. This thing's potent. I love how this one smells. This is going to get some pretty heavy use from me this year. I love it. This might even be backup bottle worthy in my opinion. This and Cool Water Wave are my 2 favorite cool water flankers, without a shadow of a doubt. So if you were debating on it this year, you heard it from old TLTG. This thing's great. If you like the bubblegum vibe, go ahead and get your hands on Cool Water Intense this spring. Moving into number 2, this is one of my favorite fragrances. And it's a good 3-season fragrance in my opinion. It's very fresh, spicy. It's my favorite blue fragrance. It's from Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Essenziale Blue. See the dent in there? It's definitely my favorite. I have a backup 100 ml. This is a 50 ml, and then we got to do the little click. Oh, that smells so good. Springtime, springtime, springtime. It's my favorite season for this because it's not too hot just yet. Spring, fall, really love them. It's good in the summer too, don't get me wrong. And it projects pretty heavy for a while. And I get every bit of 9 hours out of it. This is a damn good fragrance. I have a tendency of spraying this one heavier than I should. So I project pretty damn heavy when I wear this one. You can get them so cheap. Sub $20 range for these 50 mLs, $20, $25 range for the 100 ml. In my opinion, the best from the house. That's just my opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with me. I do love the house. This is one of my favorite houses because they're great designer fragrances. They get cheap on the gray market. And this is a prime example of the beautiful things they can do. This is at the number 2 spot, Acqua Essenziale Blue, Salvatore Ferragamo. Then moving into the number 1 spot is the same number 1 I had last year. Even though I didn't have the channel yet, this was still my favorite spring fragrance. And it is again this year. It's the king of spring. It's super green, regardless of the color of the bottle. It's John Varvatos Artisan Aqua Blue. Blue is the wrong color for this fragrance. This is a green fragrance. Yeah, it's citrusy, but it's got a lot more herbal green freshness. It's not heavy spicy. It's got a little fresh spiciness to it, don't get me wrong. The performance isn't that great, but big old bottle like this, 125 ml, you can spray away. This is my 2nd bottle. This stuff is incredible. You can just go to town. Very, 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 very green. They named it wrong. This should have been Artisan Aqua Green. This is a very, very green fragrance. This is the ideal fresh spring fragrance. I don't care what anybody else says. This is my opinion on my list, and this is great. I love it. I'm gonna put a dent in it. I spray it heavy as hell when I wear it, and then when I refresh, I spray it heavy as hell. This is one of those bottles that gets heavy use every year from me, and I got to get one every 2 years because it's a dumb reach for me. This is good stuff. I'm going to be spraying this quite a bit. Get ready. You're going to be seeing quite a bit of Scent of the Day posts with this, especially on days when I'm just kicking it around the house, which is just here and there. But at the #1 spot, Spring Cheapies, John Varvatos Artisan Aqua Blue. So some of these you probably expected. Some of these may have surprised you. What are you planning on wearing the most this spring? What's some cheapy favorites of yours for this time of year? Let me know down in the comments. And speaking of, don't forget to go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. Do you have some of these? Are you planning on getting some of these this year? Let me know down below. And I will say, if you get your hands on some of these, especially these two, and you give them a spray now, there's a real good chance you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.